Iran and Saudi Arabia have had no diplomatic relations following an attack on the Saudi embassy in Tehran in January 2016 after Saudi Arabia executed Sheikh Nimr al-Nimr, a Shia cleric. Bilateral relations between the countries have been strained over several geopolitical issues such as the interpretations of Islam, aspirations for leadership of the Islamic world, oil export policy and relations with the United States and other Western countries. Saudi Arabia is a right-wing conservative Sunni absolute monarchy established in 1932, with a tradition of close ties to the United States and the United Kingdom. Modern Iran is previously a 12-year Shia constitutional monarchy founded in 1925 but became a revolutionary Islamic republic in 1979, with a political system that includes elements of a presidential democracy vetted and supervised by a theocracy governed by a supreme leader. Both states were aligned with the Western Bloc in the Cold War, preventing Soviet influence in these countries. Both countries are major oil and gas exporters and have clashed over energy policy. Saudi Arabia, with its large oil reserves and smaller population, has a greater interest in taking a long-term view of the global oil market and incentive to moderate prices. In contrast, Iran is compelled to focus on high prices in the short term due to its low standard of living given recent sanctions after its decade-old war with Saddam's Iraq and its larger population. In the Syrian civil war, Iran has supported the Syrian government militarily and with billions of dollars of aid, while Saudi Arabia was a major supplier of aid to rebel groups. Both countries have accused each other of support for terrorism. Iran and Saudi Arabia are both mixed up in the strive for dominance of their region. After the Iranian Revolution, relations deteriorated considerably after Iran accused Saudi Arabia of being an agent of the US in the Persian Gulf region, representing US interests rather than Islam. Saudi Arabia is concerned by Iran's consistent desire to export its revolution across the board to expand its influence within the Persian Gulf region, notably in post-Saddam Iraq, the Levant and within further south. In addition to Iran's controversial, much-debated nuclear program, tensions between the two countries have waxed and waned. Relations between Saudi Arabia and Iran soured particularly after the Iranian Revolution. The nuclear program, the 2011 alleged Iran assassination plot and more recently the execution of Nimr al-Nimr. There have also been numerous attempts to improve the relationship. After the 1991 Gulf War, there was a noticeable thaw in relations. In March 2007, President Ahmadinejad of Iran visited Riyadh and was greeted at the airport by King Abdullah, and the two countries were referred to in the press as brotherly nations. After March 2011, Iran's financial and military support for Syria during the Syrian civil war has been a severe blow to the improvement of relations. On 3 January 2016, Saudi Arabia's embassy in Tehran, Iran was ransacked following the execution of Saudi-born Shia Islam cleric Nimr al-Nimr. The execution prompted widespread condemnation within the Arab world as well as other countries, the European Union and the United Nations, with protests being carried out in cities in Iran, Iraq, India, Lebanon, Pakistan and Turkey. Following the attack on its embassy in Iran, Saudi Arabia broke diplomatic relations with Iran, and the Saudi foreign minister said that all Iranian diplomats were to leave the country within 48 hours. For a long time now, Iran has wanted to be part of the regular region, as well as sharing benefits and responsibilities. The difference of political ideologies and governance has also divided both countries. The Islamic Republic of Iran is based on the principle of guardianship of the Islamic jurists, which holds that a faqih should have custodianship over all Muslim followers, including their governance and regardless of nationality. Iran's supreme leader is a Shia faqih. The founder of the Iranian Revolution in 1979, Ayatollah Khomeini, was ideologically opposed to monarchy, which he believed to be un-Islamic. Saudi Arabia's monarchy, on the other hand, remains consistently conservative, not revolutionary, and politically married to age-old religious leaders of the tribes who support the monarchy, and they king is given absolute obedience as long as he does not violate Islamic Sharia law. Saudi Arabia has, however, a Shia minority which has recently made bitter complaints of institutional discrimination against it. Specifically after the 2007 change in Iraqi governance and particularly after the 2011 events that spanned the region. At some stages it has gone as far as to call for overthrowing the king and the entire system. According to the New York Times, the rift between both countries looks wide and unbridgeable for now. Right now, the continuing disagreement between Iran and Saudi Arabia, attemp.